Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to look at a game called Planted. This is designed by one of my favorite designers, Phil Walker Harding. It's also published by Buffalo Games. Now, this is a 2 to 5 player game in which you're trying to basically have the best set of houseplants in there that are the best maintained, so they're the healthiest at the end of the game. And you're going to be doing this by getting different resources and then applying them to their plants and letting them grow. Let's go ahead down to the table here. I'll give you a general idea how to play the game, and then we'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. Alright, so this is the game of Planted. In the game of Planted, everyone's going to get one of these cool player boards. They're going to get one of the beginner plants. In this case, I have the ZZ plant, and they are going to start the game with getting 8 cards. 6 of them will be from the resource deck, and 2 of them will be from the item deck. So in this game is going to be played over 4 different rounds. And it's going to be drafting. So at the beginning of each of these rounds, there's going to either be passing to the left or passing to the right. For rounds 1 and 3, you're going to pass to the left. For rounds 2 and 4, you'll pass to the right. What you're going to do on your turn is you're going to take a look at these cards, and you're going to pick one of them and place them face down. Now, on your turn, once everyone's done that, everyone will flip these cards over, and they'll get the resources depicted. There is another thing that you can do when you place these cards face down is you can call nursery. And if you call nursery, then you can get one of these cards in the middle. If there's ever a tie, whichever card is the lowest number will have that player go first. Now, when you declare nursery, you'll take one of these cards and you'll place it into your play area, and you'll flip the new one over. You can only have up to 6 plants. What you're trying to do throughout this game, and I'm going to show you, there's decoration cards and item cards. I'll show you those guys in a minute that you could do. But you're trying to gain these resources to be able to pay for these plants at the end of the round. Now, at the end of the round, when you can pay for these plants, so let's say I did get my 2 really cool sunshine tokens at the end of the round, I can use those to upgrade my plant. And when I do, I place one of these on here, and this will be points at the end of the game. Now, I can only upgrade once on each plant for every round, so at the most I'll have 4 rounds. So that's why you'll see that these only have a max of 3 levels, because you only have 4 rounds to level up, and at most of the time you won't be able to potentially level them up. So it'll be harder to level up these 3 level ones throughout the game. Other cards that you can put down is you have these item cards. Item cards will help you do things in their permanent abilities throughout the game. This here, every time I play a 1 sunshine card, I also get a green thumbs up. In this game, 2 green thumbs up count as 1 resource as a wild. I also do these decoration tiles. They'll go over here, and they will be points at the end of the game. This one here, I gain 1 point for each shelf plant that I have, and the shelf plant will have this icon on it. Right now I don't have any, but that would be an example of a shelf plant. So I'll be collecting items, and I'll be collecting these, and I'll be flipping to put resources over. At the end of the round, once all these cards have been drafted, so they keep passing to the left, I get cards from the player to my left, and I pick another one and keep going until they're out of cards. The round will end, and we'll take whatever resources we have, apply them to the plants that we can. And for every 2 leftover resources, I can place one of these plant tokens in my propagation bed, and I get a point at the end of the game. So sort of helps you out for some of the wasted resources in the game. This will continue for 4 more rounds, and at the end of the 4th round, the score will be added. You'll score each of these plants. You can have up to 6 individually. So let's say I had that and I don't have a 6, so this would be 0 points. For everything that I have covered, so let's say I was able to cover these 3 spaces on this plant, I'll get those points. So I'll get 1 point, 2 point, and 4 points, so I'll get 7 points for this plant. Those will all be scored up. Next, I will get my score for the propagation plant, so however many leaves I have here, that's how many points I get. And finally, I'll get any points for these bonus decoration tiles. At that point, the player with the most points wins. Okay, right before we go up to the table here, I did want to show you these really cool resources. These are the sunshine tokens. They are really, really cool. These are the water tokens. They are also amazing. And here's the thumbs up, solid, nice wood tokens. Same with the fertilizer spray ones and the leaf tokens, all amazing tokens. So let's go ahead back up to the table here and I'll give you my final thoughts on this game. So this is a really fun game. This only takes about 20-30 minutes to play. It's very simple to teach. It's a very quick game. I love the drafting, and I just like drafting in general. So this is a lot of fun. And I like getting those tool cards to amplify what you draft. So the ones, especially the ones that say if you play like the 2 suns, you get an extra sun. If you play 2 fertilizers, you get extra fertilizers. Those ones are good. The ones that you play 1 and get a thumbs up are fine. And I do like getting them down early so you get more bonus for them throughout the game. I really like how you have to manage the resources you get versus like when you pick up those bonus cards, so you can get those in there, and then when you grab from the nursery, because some of those plants can be really advantageous to get early, even though you may not have the resource the first round. And then, you know, watching out for trying to do it when your opponents aren't doing it, because you don't want to have to, you know, wait so much for, you know, potentially they pick off the plant first. So there's a lot in that. I really like all the thought that you can put into this game and all the strategy that it has, yet it is a very simple game to explain. So this would actually be a great game for entry-level board gamers, people that maybe not play board games all the time, but get them into like more strategy oriented games. This would be a great pick for that. Plus, I really like the theme, and the component quality on this is just unbelievable. I think the MSRP for this is like $30, and this is just insane. Component quality for that amount of money. The player boards are amazing. The little teardrops that you use for water are just amazing. I love the little suns. All the components in here are amazing. This is like having a deluxe version without the deluxe price. And to top it off, it's a good game. So I really, really recommend this, because this is a great game to have in your collection for people that may visit that aren't into some of the heavier strategy games, but you can still play a fun game, and you can still, you know, introduce them to the hobby and get them all excited. So I really love playing it. I think it's a great game, and that's my thoughts on it. Thank you for watching.